Welcome to Bartender at Large. I'm your host, Eric Castro. And as usual, we're joined by some of the biggest names in the industry. With me today,
John Ottman, Holy Water and Bloodhound, San Francisco.
And Doug Setterholm, Holy Water.
fellas, thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
And actually, more importantly, man, thanks for bringing some beer, man.
Yeah, cheers.
What do we got here?
This is from Alvarado Street up in Monterey. It's their Growers Pale Ale.
Oh, it's super good, man. It's like way juicy. It's like an unfiltered pale ale, man. I don't remember the last time I had one of these. It's pretty delicious.
It's kind of what's going on. Everyone's doing them right now.
I know. It's the hazy IPA. The hazy IPA. And it's one of those things like
craze.
everybody all of a sudden put one out, and you kind of like almost want to hate on it, and then you try one, you're like, motherfucker, this is good.
This is good, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, man, we're gonna get to your beer programs in a bit, which is I know why we brought the beer. But anyway, tell me about your bar. Tell me about Holy Water first.
Well, we're cruising up in 4 years, as you know, in October.
Holy shit.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, man. So it's like you guys open up. You guys were smart, man. You opened up in like a smaller neighborhood, like a southern pocket in San Francisco that most people forget all about, Bernal Heights. So it's like you kind of cornered the market.
Yeah, you're totally right. Because when we first looked at it, I want to say in December of 2012, I hadn't even heard of it. Like, I actually went out there with Trevor Easter to check it out, and we were like, "What the fuck are we?
Yeah.
Like, what is this place?" And the bar was all nasty and grungy, and there was like 0 people on the streets. It was like a Friday, so we went back on a Saturday. Same thing. And at first, it was kind of like, I don't know, man. It's pretty slow. But one thing led to another, and we opened up in October. And still, people are like, Bernal Heights? Never heard of it. It's still like a part of the name.
People who live in San Francisco for like 5 years, like Bernal Heights.
Yeah, or they think it's really far away. I'm like, yo, come up. Like,
It's just south of the Mission.
yeah, like, oh, I'm at Laszlo. I'm like, come on up. Like, oh, it's so far. I'm like, dude, it's a 5-minute cab ride.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, no,
it's like $4. But it's still that perception that it's way out and
Yeah.
nowhere.
But the one thing you guys have going for you is that there's not as much competition out there. Where it's like if you're in the Mission and you're gonna go out for a cocktail, you have like 30 places you can go to.
Yeah.
But for Bernal Heights, it's like the number's so much smaller of places. So it's like if someone wants a good drink and they don't feel like leaving the neighborhood.
Totally. And then we've got a great local crowd that support us too. We've got people coming every day, all the time. We got people from like even further down that come in. We got a lot of families that come in. Well, family members that are 21 and older. But
So-
yeah, it's great.
So I'm going to ask you some of this. What are the challenges to opening a place up that isn't like known for bars and restaurants and stuff?
I would say initially foot traffic. It's not like there's a ton of people cruising around up there. Kind of mentioned earlier, people don't necessarily
Is it
want to
about
drive
happy
there.
hour? You
But
have a
it's-
dope happy hour?
Yeah, everyone's coming out for happy hour. That seems like all over the city, even at Bloodhound.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, it's like happy hour, happy hour. I feel like it's late night drinking's teetered off a little bit. When there's a couple spots you'll go to and it's still cranking till 2, but everyone's about happy hour.
Yeah, especially because it's the people who are coming home from work,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, do you guys have a lot of tech industry people there? I mean, all over San
Not
Francisco now, but
Not at Holy Water.
Bloodhound.
Little bit. Bloodhound for sure.
yeah.
We still have a lot of them over there.
And it's crazy because I know I've been to Holy Water, had some cocktails there, great spot. It's like I know it seemed like a very regimented like bar program. And then how does running that versus running Bloodhound, which is a little looser, a little wilder, a little more, a little crazy?
I hired a lot of, a little crazy.
Because I've been to Bloodhound when it's nuts and you're like, damn, man, this place is jamming.
Yeah. A lot of the people I got at Holy Water, not a lot, but like I would say half the staff when I first started had never bartended or had been barbacks or other sort of things. So I really had to be strict about,
Build all their habits from
the ins and outs.
scratch.
Yeah, which was awesome. And Bloodhound, there was a lot of people that had already been there and they kind of were doing their thing. And they didn't want to necessarily walk in and be like a dictator and start like, do it like this, do it like this. But we've slowly been changing things because you have to.
Yeah, it's
you
okay.
know
You
what I
gotta stay
mean?
current, man. It's always
So,
about like,
which is fun. Like recently, we just added Isaac Shumway to the team, and he's got
that's
a
a good
huge
score, by the way. Man.
Yeah, lucky.
Cheers to bringing someone like Isaac,
Yeah.
Isaac Shumway on, man. His resume's legit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Him and I work on some things, and we're getting ready to probably do a new menu over there at some point. Kind of just revamp some things and bring it up to speed. Yeah, I think because it was always so busy, the menu hasn't just never been crazy complicated.
Yeah, that place jams.
I put a Moscow Mule on tap because of that. Because it's just like, it's just like, oh, I want 6 Moscow Mules. You're just like, bam, 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 done, and that's all people.
Yeah.
I'm like, great.
Put it in people's
If I
hands,
had more
man.
taps, I would put more drinks on top.
Yeah.
You know, but
You just more Moscow Mule. It's just like 3 taps of Moscow Mule.
yeah, why not?
Like I remember going like,
Gin mule, Irish mule, Moscow.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember going like these like crazy, just like busy bars back in the day when I was in college. They have like you order like a pitcher of Budweiser or something, right? And they pull the tap, but that tap's actually connected to 2 spigots.
Oh yeah.
So they're actually pouring from 2 kegs at the same time.
Got it.
And that dude would they could fill up your pitcher in like, seconds, just like, whoosh. Like just imagine working at a place where they're jamming out so many.
Yeah.
I want to
So
put like
many
Moscow
pictures of
Mules.
Budweiser.
Yeah. On the gun. I was talking to
Yeah,
just a
gun-
soda guy
gun mule.
in Alameda who was
Yeah.
trying to sell me some soda, like switch distributors. I was like, well, hey man, can you drop off like Cornelius cake so I can fill them myself and whatever? And he's like, well, why would you want to do that? And I was like, I don't know. What if I want to put a Long Island on the gun?
Yeah.
And he's like, I've never heard of that. I was like, really? You've been
you
selling
could do
soda?
that?
I don't know. I don't see why not.
I never thought about it, right?
I mean, if you know,
I mean, because you
got-
Same
could just,
idea.
You could just rig the contraption. All you would need is some type of like
Yeah, 'cause we-
converter or something for the taps.
yeah.
Connectors, bang bang.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for
Same
the
idea.
because it's like if you use the
I just never
the,
thought about it. But it makes perfect
the
sense.
soda guns, it's like a syrup.
Yeah.
And we have like over Bloodhound, we have the guns, but for like ginger beer and like club soda, we use bottles because there's just no comparing in a cocktail.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, what if I just disconnect one of those like syrup lines and just connect it in like this
But
this
with
this thing? and
unwatered
just, like,
down,
shh.
like, and then it just.
I don't
picks
know
up
if
the
I don't know if
club
it'd be,
soda.
that's the thing I'd have to test it and see. I don't know. Maybe it would be you just right out the gun. You're like, boom, here's your Moscow Mule. I mean, why not?
Figure it out.
You could just crank
If it's-
out, like,
if it-
you could just crank out pictures of Moscow Mules by then, No, but it's. I'm glad that you said that because what made you guys want to institute like a draft cocktail or draft cocktails at Bloodhound? 'Cause we do them at Polite, and I think it's a great idea.
Honestly, we were just selling so many Moscow Mules. It was like, why not?
Like it sucks to lose a beer line, but
No, totally. I mean, and that was like I had a
Yeah.
guy come back who kind of introduced me to it and was like, "Hey, you want to put like a gin and tonic on tap?" I was like, "No, dude, I'm not giving 20% of my taps." To,
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
no way.
exactly.
I was like, if I had 15 taps, sure, but I've only got 10.
Yeah,
But it's also a good way to control like pour costs. It's like nobody can over pour.
yeah.
I mean, unless they're not filling the a cup of ice. But it's like it's all controlled. It's very easy, and it's just fast. It's just
Yeah,
like
you can just
fill them
give
up, fill
'em
them
out.
up, and people love it. Everyone loves a Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. I
thought
never drink them. Every time someone
Yeah.
hands me one, I'm like, "Fuck, man, this thing's
This
good."
looks good, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it's
No
just
doubt.
ginger beer that's alcoholic,
Yeah, I mean that's really just the main reason was like find something that sells and everybody knows that sells.
So what is it like? What are some of the differences when you're like, say you're writing a menu for, Bloodhound, which gets nuts, versus Holy Water that's a little more of a regimented program.
Well, up until recently, for one thing, like I had Pebble Ice at Holy Water. I didn't have anything at Bloodhound, but I recently got like an ice crusher, like we used to use at Rick House.
Yeah.
So
I like those ones.
Those
They're
are
good
cool.
For, like they make betterment juleps.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Way better.
It's like perfect world, you'd have both.
Yeah.
But I mean, who has the space and the time? I guess maybe over at Holy Water, I might do like a little more complicated, not complicated drinks, but maybe ingredients that people haven't heard of necessarily. Or
Because the bartenders there have the time to explain to people. Be like, oh,
and it's an older crowd. Like
A little more
it's-
obscure stuff for sure.
everyone's like early 30s and older. If we get someone in there that's like 25, it's kind of like, whoa, dude, let me see your ID. It's an older crowd, and so they take more time, they appreciate it,
yeah.
and they read the menu and they like, oh, let me see what you got. With Bloodhound, it's just like the kids are just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is
They're
that-
like, do you have cocktails? I'm like, yeah, man. Like, every bar in the city has cocktails.
Exactly. You go
So
to the movie theater in San Francisco and you get a Sazerac.
yeah. So over there, it's just a little easy. It's just like, we mostly do 3 ingredient drinks at both bars, but even like, I want to say simpler over at Bloodhound. Just because that place will fill up with like 120 people and it's like, oh shit, okay. Got 2 bartenders on.
Yeah.
Got to make sure they can crank them out.
The thing I found is that like, you don't want to like slow when the bar's busy, or for a busy bar, you don't want to like slow down the hustle of getting drinks out to people by like having too many obscure ingredients in a drink.
Totally. I want someone to read it and be like, I know what that is.
But as long as they know most of the ingredients, I think they're normally go like, okay, it's like, oh, rum, pineapple, grapefruit. I don't know what the fuck Braulio is, but yeah, man, I'll take that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, as
I
soon
like
as you-
pineapple and rum. Bring it
As soon
out.
as you throw a Velvet Flern in there, they're like, "What
Yeah.
is Velvet Flern?"
Falernium.
Yeah.
Like it's a precious metal.
Yeah.
And so, we were talking about taps earlier, and I know that you're a big beer aficionado, man, and you put a lot of care into the, doing the beer program for Holy Water.
Yeah.
And that's dope because I fucking hate when I go to a cocktail bar and I'm there for a while, and I'm kind of burned out on high ABV for a bit. So I'm like, I just want to switch to a beer,
Yeah, for sure.
and they have like PBR or something. That's it. And you're like, come on, man, you couldn't put all this love and care in your cocktails, but like your beer program kind of sucks. So it's like, tell me about what was the inspiration for that? What made you want to? Besides that, you just love beer.
Well, honestly, it was.
I think that's what it is.
yeah,
Really.
really.
That's
is,
what it's,
right?
that's what it's grown into. Now it's become a selfish thing where I just want to drive all over the country, getting beer. But originally, I was just trying to find some more things that would sell the bar, because I wasn't entirely, sure if like just having a cocktail bar in Bernal Heights was going to like draw people or keep people there, because you can go anywhere. And so I was like, well, fuck, I'm just going to kind of like switch up the beer a lot. And it kind of just got more deeper and deeper and deeper. At one point, we had like 60 bottles in cans. And I was like, oh, this is weight. It was great, but it's like the coolers were just packed, all the time.
Yeah.
And the staff were like,
There's like no more room for just like.
yeah, it was in the back. It was everywhere. There's still beer everywhere. But
Plus, you wanted to rotate pretty quickly.
yeah, so I
it's
shrunk
kinda
that down, and we've only got 8 taps, and we rotate them all the time.
That's
I
awesome.
hardly ever buy two of the same kegs.
That's awesome, man. I dig it.
All the time. I mean, that's why I'm down here. I came down a couple months ago to brew a beer with Scott and Nick over at Monkey Paw for this thing we're going to try to put on in the fall. And he was kind enough to be like, hey, dude, you want to take some beer back up? It's like, sure. And so he hooked me up with a bunch of people in town.
Yeah, so back us up on that, because I know it's like, a lot of people are hearing you talking, right? Like, oh, cool, this guy has a big selection of beers and bottles and cans, and cool, that's really cool. But you're going like above and beyond that, and you're driving across the West Coast and going to different breweries and like striking up relationships with master brewers and having them brew stuff specifically for you.
Well, it's
Which
just
is fucking awesome.
It's a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Really, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing it.
It's like,
I mean, when I think about it, it's like you drove from San Francisco to San Diego. That's like almost 600 miles each way.
yeah.
You did it 2 months ago to get everything going, then you came down again to like check in on the beer.
Yeah, we had 7 breweries on the way down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the way down here, we hit 7 breweries. Fall was our last. We got like here Sunday night at 8:30.
And you're doing just little one-offs with everybody, and
Oh no, we're not doing individual like collaborations with everybody. We're just picking up kegs.
okay, cool.
At the moment. But we did one with Scott over the summer. We'll probably do another one pretty soon.
Yeah, cool. So you did do the one-off.
We
with
did,
the
yeah, and
Monkey
it was
Paw.
awesome.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And they had it on tap over there at Monkey Paw. And it was actually on tap all over town. Like it was at Stone's Beer Garden. It was like
What's the name of it?
Blessed Monkey Juice.
Blessed monkey juice. Yeah.
Blessed Monkey Juice. It looked pretty much like this.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the idea.
it
It was a
We might
hazy
have to
pale.
play. Like,
you never know.
because we rotate taps, so it's like, if they pick up a keg or something and I'm like gone for 3 days, like I'll never taste it. It's like just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that happens to us sometimes. I picked up a keg from this guy in Novato. He's essentially a home brewer, but he has a license, so he's legitimate.
that's fucking
but it's a 1-barrel system. He's got like 5 fermenters, and that's like super small batch of beer.
Yeah.
And we popped it on a Sunday afternoon, and it was gone Monday. I was like, damn, the regulars liked it, And a couple other guys were like, he's like, I drank like a gallon of it. This guy's, I drank like a gallon of it. I was like, well, it's only a 5-gallon keg. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
shit.
No, but there's something about like, just that helps sales, First off, if you love beer and you go to your spot, you already know like, okay, dude, this guy's like on a mission. He's driving across the West
know
Coast
that.
getting the best beer for
People
me.
have been learning that, yeah.
So it's like they want to know what you got going on and like what's on like the horizon, right?
Totally.
But they also, when you bring something, especially like something from like just some guy who's essentially just like a home brewer, still kind of, right, a licensed home brewer, like, and you hook up that keg, you're like, shit, we might never have this again. You're the only person drinking this beer right now,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
anywhere, especially if it's something that he brewed for you guys.
Yeah, it's yeah.
We might never have it back. So it's like when you're there, you're like, okay, well, shit, I gotta have 3 of them,
Yeah, and like we were saying, we get a lot of regulars that they like our beer and they respect what we're putting on and stuff like that. So they'll come in and have several of them and come back the next day and keep trying to drink that same beer. As soon as it's gone, they're like, where'd that beer go? Did you buy 2 kegs of that? And we're like, nope, sorry, man, it's gone.
He made one.
It's
Because we're like,
gone.
I don't know, it may not have been good, so I only bought one.
Yeah.
But I would say too, another thing is we really try to get stuff that you can't get anywhere. You know what I mean? We try to like put beer on that not every bar has.
That's cool.
Obviously there's times when you get some, like I get stuff from beer companies that are great, but like a lot of times you go in, I try to have like these guys, Alvarado Street is a small spot that's not everywhere in the city. They probably got under 20 accounts. Spot in Belmont called Alpha Acid. that's got very few accounts. The guy at Novato, Adobe Creek, very few. And then whatever I pull up from San Diego, nobody has it.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's,
the
I
big
mean, honestly, it's a total selfish thing. I'm just now addicted to doing
yeah,
it.
I know exactly.
Because like I want to try all the
It's
beer.
so cool, dude.
you know?
It's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and everybody loves it. It's like, oh, dude, I didn't get your beer, and I get regulars all the time. Like, man, this is the first time I ever had this beer, and it's a cool like compliment
Yeah, it's rad.
because they'll have it at Holy Water, and then, over time, a couple months later, like, oh, I had it over here, and then over here, and then over here, and like, but you were the
And
first one. I'm like,
Hopefully they go
yes.
visit that brewery too.
Yeah,
And-
The
and,
Alpha
how,
Acid, yeah.
how do you get the word out to your customers about the rotations? Do you do it on social media or Twitter and Instagram or anything, or
Yeah, we do all
do they
that.
just have to come in?
We do all that, and then also use Untapped.
Okay.
You're probably
Oh yeah,
familiar-
yeah, Tap Hunter or something like that.
Yeah, Untapped.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah.
Similar thing. So it'll like, it's cool because it posted all the social media stuff, and then it'll also like send it to somebody's phone. Like, boom, Holy Water just tapped, blah blah
Blah,
blah.
blah, blah, yeah.
And if I can also create events on there, like I'll do one for here. I'll be like San Diego tap takeover when I go back, and it'll notify everybody who's following
Following
us.
you guys?
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe like
Yeah, it's great.
at least 1,000 people on there following us.
So every
I
time we
think
like
more,
do
yeah.
something, it's like bing,
Yeah.
and people come in. It's like we got this one guy, Smiley Dan. He lives right around the corner, and he's like, dude, I saw the post. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Or even like the people from Virgin. We get kegs from Virgin. We got some more this time. Last time we were in there, we got like 10 or 15 people just from people from them telling Virgin to come in there and find the beer. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just, social media, Untapped, word of mouth. I mean,
And it's Virgin's a killer spot up in Carlsbad, and those guys are doing great beer. Really cool space too. But yeah, it was like a Saturday, and like 20 people came. And like,
Oh, thank you, my friend.
yes,
You
sir.
trained him well. You trained him well.
so
get you
this
something else?
this is the collaboration that Alvarado Street and Casa Agria did. Casa Agria is at Oxnard, so similar style, but it's double IPA, 8.5%.
Oh hell yeah.
But it'll taste just like. It almost doesn't even taste like beer.
Yeah,
Just
right.
like
It's like alcoholic orange juice.
Yeah.
That's basically what
No,
it
but I like that. I like the trend that's going on with a lot of cocktail bars now to like kind of step up their game with the beer list.
I agree.
Like I really dig it. When you're just at a you got some cool spot. You're kind of like burnt out on cocktails. Because I love cocktails, man. But if you try to do a whole day, like a whole afternoon, just drinking cocktails, especially if it's a hot day, you're like,
No way.
I'm not trying to drink, old fashions when it's like 85 degrees out, on somebody's patio.
No.
So it's like, you switch to beer and it's so dope when you go somewhere and it's like they actually have a thoughtful beer list. Even if it's small, even if it's just like 5 beers, you're like,
Yeah.
cool, these guys actually
You can
took the
tell.
time to put together a sick list that's not just like, the same fucking 5 beers you see over and over,
Yeah, exactly. And it's and another aspect is it's you get a lot of people in your bar drinking beer. It's like they're still tipping the same as they would a cocktail, and it's really good for the staff.
Yeah, right?
So it's kind of almost like an extra bonus because we have the regulars like wrapped around the corner just chugging pints. These guys are making money because they're just like. It's great. So it's like
it.
everybody wins.
I dig it.
We get to support small breweries.
And we get to drink really cool beer too.
Yeah, I mean that's really the key.
That's kind of the main point. But.
You just get to hang out with all these brewers and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
and and I've noticed like all the brewers are super cool down here and really friendly, and really good at like connecting us to other people.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it's like, so what percentage of like your sales, say at like Holy Water, would you say are beer and how much are cocktails? Or does it change?
I would
during the week?
I would say, man, close to the same.
Oh shoot, yeah.
I mean, which isn't great for pour costs, but
I was
it's
about
like,
to say, yeah. It's
but at the same time,
good for labor though, because you can.
yeah, I mean, it allows you
rip
to,
through beer.
allows you
It
to,
really do.
allows us to rip through beer. Like sometimes end of the month, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, I can't raise prices on beer. I just can't do it. Like, $7 a pint is like, for me, like.
You got to
Too
pay
much.
for your gas money.
I know, but I'm just like
600 miles, man.
I got
But,
that diesel wagon, 50 miles
Yeah,
down.
we took his
Yeah.
wagon this time.
Right on.
But I would say it's pretty close, man.
Yeah.
You go in sometimes and like everyone's drinking cocktails, or you go in sometimes and someone's like, let me get 3 of these, 4 of these, 5 of these, and it's like all beer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Bloodhound probably does more cocktails actually,
Yeah.
surprisingly. Not sure why,
Yeah. Right.
but maybe because there's just more people, and so there's.
Plus, I think because people are like partying when they're there, so they're probably.
Yeah,
like,
that's probably what it is. They're after work, and it's like, put all these on my, on my tab. I'm like, do you have like a max per drink? No, like, okay, well, we got that Pappy up there, $100 support. Oh no. I'm like, okay, that's what I got to figure out, because sometimes people like open a tab and some dude's like sucking down all the like, the Hibiki 12, and I'm like,
And some people are dicks about that, man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
you know, I always think it's so shady when, like, I mean, sometimes you'll see these guys come in, right? And they're like, they'll come in with their buddy, and then, like, the first guy's like, oh, I'll get this round.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the guy paying will buy, like, just like a beer. And then when it's the second guy's, when the second guy pays, the guy who's having the beer now is like, oh, it's on you now?
Yeah.
Shit, okay, well, I'll do the Hibiki 12.
The
Like,
Hibiki 12,
Yeah.
You
And then the guy gets the
bastard.
bill and he's like,
You had, like
"What?"
you had a
He's like-
Modelo last time,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden you
Yeah.
got an expensive taste when someone
then-
$60 whiskey, homie.
And then you're behind the bar, and the guy's like, "What did we order?" I'm like, "Whoa, dude!" I was like, "Your buddy ordered that whiskey." He's like, "What?" You know, it happens. We had a guy come in the other day. I wasn't working. One of the staff told me, he's like, "We're celebrating. What's your most expensive shot?" He's like, "Well, Pappy 23, but I wouldn't suggest shooting it." He's like, "We'll have it." And he was like, "Okay." He's like, "So we do like 1 ounce pours for everything, and then like a 2 ounce pour."
Yeah.
He's like, "You want a 1 or 2 ounce pour?" He goes, "The 1 ounce pour." So he pours it in it, 2 of them, and the guy's like, "Pew, pew." You know, it's just like, oh shit, you really just shot that?
Uh-huh. At
But-
that point, you could just buy him a beer. You're like, all right.
Oh,
man, this
totally.
beer's
I always tell the staff, I'm like, dude, if someone's
you just dropped
spending money like that, you know, and then throw them a Modelo or whatever, throw them a Tecate or whatever.
Anything after that is like, whatever.
Yeah. Or if they're like, "Can I get a beer back?" I'm like, just give it to them.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "Yeah, it's gonna be $3." It's like,
All right, dude. There's another reason why I'm so proud of you, dude, with what you're doing in regards to, like, you know, Bloodhound, Holy Water. You're killing it in San Francisco, and if I know you, you're probably working on something else too. But that's that we used to work together, dude, in Sacramento back in the day.
yeah,
We
that
at Chicago Fire. I mean, you worked at a pizzeria in 2005.
Yep, I remember.
It was
That
good
was
times, man.
a lot of hot wings, a lot of pizza.
Yeah, that was pretty much. That was the only food they had, really, except
much-
maybe a few like salads.
Yeah.
Um,
That was those are good times. I always tell that story to people, how I kind of got into bartending and bar backing, was working over there, and how they'd have the servers come in, and
yeah.
depending on when you came in is where you were the busser.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you worked that banquet hall, you also got in the bar, and after a while you guys were like, "Dude, why don't you work in the bar more?" And I'm like,
Yeah, bar back for.
I'm like, it's not up to me. They talk to Rick, and then I was always a 6 o'clock guy, and it worked out for me because you guys always tip me more.
Yeah, we would, and it'd just be like, it wasn't necessarily even your job to get us ice, but we're like, hey man,
Yeah,
you know, we tip you like 20.
Yeah, I'm like,
bucks
I'll
a
get you
night,
fucking
you're like,
ice.
Fuck yeah, what
Yeah.
do you guys need, man?
totally. And and then exactly, you hooking up the job with H over to Liquor.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember I was telling you, I'm like, hey man, just stick close to the bar, man. I'll teach you I'll show you the ropes.
Yeah.
You know, I'll get you going, dude.
And I remember I was gone, and I came back because I was still going to school in Sacramento, and I popped in to Chicago Fire. I'm like, "Yo, where's Castro?" They're like, "Oh, he's in San Francisco." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about? He's in San Francisco?" And I remember I texted you. I was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And you're like, "I'm at this place, Bourbon and Branch." I was like, what is that? You know? And you're like, "Dude, come through, come through." I remember I was driving on the Bay Bridge, heading in the city. You're like, "Just come through. The password's eggs." I was like, "Eggs?" I'm like, "Eggs." That's what it was.
They always had some like.
I was like,
crazy
I'm
speakeasy
like, where are you
password
working that you need a password to get in? Because I was thinking Chicago Fire, you're making your blue drinks and shit. You know, so like, where's this dude working? And I remember walking in and being like, what? What are you doing here?
there. I know. Had like a tie and a vest on and all that.
I was like,
Well, because even at Chicago Fire, man, I'm proud of during
you
our
doing
time
stuff-
there.
Yeah, I remember you going to
switched to
Vegas
fresh
and
juice.
stuff. Yeah.
We switched to fresh juice while I was working there.
Yeah.
I got the owner. I got the owner to switch to fresh juice.
Yep. Yeah, those were good times. I was thinking about them. I'm like, damn, I've known Castro for like 12 years now. guess.
Right? Since back in the day, man.
Back in the day. Yeah.
And then
Remember
you
you
went from
working
bar back from you, man, to like, you know, doing big things in San Francisco. That's sick, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy
I
times.
can't give myself any credit because I don't think I have any other barbacks that have done that. So. If it was up to me, I would have repeated it by now.
Oh man.
Yeah. So what's next on the agenda, man? You guys got any more properties in the works or?
Been trying to work on something up. You know, nothing's been
can't
finalized.
talk about it yet.
No, I totally can. It's like
Yeah.
I've talked to my partners. This is something up on Highway 49,
Oh, sick.
like an hour outside of Yosemite, with some different people. But it's
Oh, you told me about this, dude.
yeah. So
time I saw you.
this old hotel was built like 1850. Part of it burnt down, but the bar is fine, and so we're trying to like work out this deal with the owner. But she's, you know, we'll see. She's kind of difficult to deal with, but it's a dope space. It's huge. It's old as fuck. Like the walls are like 2.5 feet.
Is it a
up-
hotel with the bar?
Yeah, two stories above us, but it
a
burned
restaurant, right?
in a restaurant, and it burnt down. Well, like the hotel part did. It's had like 4 fires of this hotel over the course of like over 100 years.
Yeah. It's not too bad. A fire every 25 years.
Yeah, but the cool thing
You
is,
kinda
since the
roll
walls
with
are so thick, it's like never gonna burn burn the place down because it's like 2.5 foot of like stone, you know.
The place just toasted.
Yeah,
It's like a char floor.
Totally, but the bar is totally fine. I mean, you can even look back at old photos, 100 years ago. Like the bar looks the same. It's a cool space. We're just kind of waiting for her to agree to our terms of purchase and lease.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think just like the logistics of doing a like a cocktail bar so close to. I mean, really within a national park.
I mean, you know, it'd be really simple. I'm not, you know.
But it's super easy to wow those people. And plus,
Exactly,
in Yosemite,
yeah. No, yeah,
you're getting
totally.
people with income
Yeah.
who like they go to like London, they go to New York. They
Yeah, there's
know
about
what
a million
good
people that
cocktail is.
hit Yosemite a season.
Yeah.
So, you know, realistically, if we can squeeze like 15% of those people just to stop by for lunch. And on Highway 49 is also tons of bikers. So there's tons of bikers rolling through.
Yeah.
Definitely a seasonal spot, but I think it'd be really fun. It's beautiful up there.
Hell yeah, man.
So fingers crossed that works out. But
It'll be easy to get bartenders that want to work there, at least seasonally.
yeah, well, we've got a couple people from San Francisco that we're kind of bring in, like what my partners did with me. Like we're gonna cut them some skin and they're gonna run the place. And so,
Living in Yosemite would be pretty sick.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I was up there last weekend and it's like an hour, but it's awesome. We went to Hetch Hetchy, hobbled around because I got a bad ankle too.
Yeah.
And I got so fun. I was like, I gotta turn around. This thing's killing me, you know. It was like 100 degrees, but yeah, it would be rad to have an excuse to go up there a couple times a month just to like poke around.
And it's further from San Francisco than everybody thinks. It's like a solid 3-hour drive.
No, dude, it's a 3-hour drive to where I'm going to be. It's another hour to that. It's like 4 hours.
It is 4 hours, right?
It's like 4.5 hours. But the thing is, you know, like a lot of people stay like an hour out of Yosemite because you got to book way in advance to get a campsite or a cabin. So there's people staying, around that area. So I think we'll never have any problem or shortage of having people in the hotel and then just cruising out and drinking. And what's cool is since it's a restaurant, you can have kids in the bar. So it's not like, oh, sorry, you know, adults only.
Kick rocks, kid.
Everyone can come in and drink.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. No, that would be pretty cool because I'm thinking it's like when the weather, you know, of course, in like the winter, you could just sell tons of toddies, hot buttered rums.
Yeah, simple
You know?
stuff that it's like, yeah, totally. I'm like thinking about like iced tea and bourbon cocktail combinations that would work and just simple stuff like juleps and
You could have a dope beer list too there. Super
Yeah.
cool to have beer.
and pretty much everything I could get, mostly in San Francisco, I can get up there. Surprisingly, like I already hit up all my liquor reps, all my beer reps. They're like, yeah, we could deliver up there like once a week. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
like if it's if it's worth it, I'm like, that's cool. I mean,
It's not like, you know, I feel like you have to stock up because like if you
Totally.
run out of Aperol or something, you can't just go like, you know, borrow some from like the bar across the street.
yeah, it's this where we're at is the only bar in town.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's nice. I mean, you don't have any competition.
there's no competition. It's in a town of 200. You know, it's like it's super tiny, but yeah, it'll be dope. It's all I can say is it's probably about 40 minutes from the Iron Door Saloon, which is in Groveland, which is like nearly just as old or older, however you want to swing it.
Right.
Like 1854 or something.
You got those big ass trees, bro.
Dude. You know what's crazy too is like it was like 100 and I was like, fuck, it doesn't even feel that hot. My friend Dawn, she's like, well, you got to figure there's no concrete, there's no glass reflecting you, it's just trees. I was like,
Oh, and they just all soak it in.
yeah, they soak it in, and it's like a nice warm. It's not like someone has like a hairdryer on your face,
Yeah, right.
and it's like 100. Yeah, like it feels hotter here than.
It's
up
like
there.
when you're in
Like this room.
yeah, right. I mean, like when you're in Vegas or like Arizona or something in the desert, right? There's like nothing to retain heat. It's like hot as fuck, and then as soon as like the sun goes down, it drops like 20 degrees.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So anyway, actually, do you want to tell us anything about your training program or anything at Holy Water? Because I know this you started
Mostly just
from.
a lot of yelling.
What are you doing over there?
So what position do you start out at?
I started as a barback.
He's got a good story. You should tell him the story how you got
Let's hear
hired.
it.
I guess my car broke down when I moved out to San Francisco. Had it for 10 years. Car broke down. Had to buy a new car. I wanted to buy a car that I wanted to get in and one to pay for and one to drive every day. But I had no way to pay for it. I was working full time at a garden. You know, San Francisco is still a high cost of living. So, but I just had no extra cash, no money saved up to like buy a car. But I still made this stupid decision to buy a car that I couldn't technically afford. but I knew I could figure out a way to pay for it afterwards. So I was doing part-time gardening work. That was good for me, but I didn't like gardening all day at work and then go and do gardening for other people and then wanting to come home and work on my garden. It was just kind of like too much. So I was driving
Like
for...
gardening, you mean like growing?
No, I mean, no, that's what everyone says. So they're like, oh yeah, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah. But no, horticulture. I was working on a historic estate in Woodside called Filoli. I went to school for horticulture and that sort of stuff. But yeah, that was kind of, it was good for me for a little bit, but then I started working at Lyft, not at Lyft, but
Let's go. It's already long. Come on.
working for Lyft, working for Lyft, and then that wasn't working. But Holy Water's right around the corner from my house. Walked in there, asked him he was really busy on Halloween night, and I was like, "Hey man, like you're the manager in here? I see you in here every day." And he's like, "No, I'm the owner." I'm like,
Yeah, who wants to know?
like, okay, cool. Are you hiring? And he's like, "No." I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna finish my beer then, whatever. But I guess they had a new bar back at the time, and they're really busy. I could see the bar back getting in their way, being kind of slow. And he was slamming down, cocktail. Comes back to me. He's like, can you work fast from this guy over here?
Exactly. That's what I said.
And I'm like,
He looks aside. He's like,
I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. All right. Made more cocktails. Came back to me. He's like, have you worked in a bar before? Nope. I was working in kitchens before. And I was like, I can get out of your way. I see what you're doing. Okay, cool. Came back 5 minutes later. You want to work this Friday? Okay, cool. And then I came back in the following Thursday to check if I was going to work on Friday. And that bar back had just quit like 10 minutes before.
Because we were so hard on him. Because he just wasn't getting it. And it's like you're just not cut out for this. Basically, we were just giving him a really hard time because he just couldn't figure it out,
I know what you
And
mean.
so finally, it was like,
So,
I'm
yeah,
going to fire him soon or just be kind of mean to him until he quits. And he ended up quitting, so it was perfect timing.
He quit the day before I went in to make sure I was still working the next shift. Started working Friday, Saturday as a bar back, still full time at my other job. Got promoted to bartender after 7 months. One of the things that this guy said, I'll never forget. He's like, "Don't ever ask me how to bartend. Don't ever ever." And I'm like,
Because, dude, you get barbacks, they want to bartend right away.
Fucking right away.
So I was like, look,
someone
don't
on
ask
train,
me.
you're
Don't
like,
ask
dude.
me. Just
I mean,
watch.
I'm a complete version of the industry before Holy Water, but like, was like, fine,
Yeah.
done. Never asked, but there was a little bit of turnover, some small opportunities that sort of like leaned in my way, and I was just, took everything he said to heart and worked hard as a bar back and promoted to bartender after 7 months, and now I've been there for 2.5 years.
Right on, man.
2-3 shifts a week.
Kind of back to training. I kind of give people a list and I just kind of work with them and just tell them why I do things and got a couple of things that, and just watching me. I'm a very visual learner. I learned a lot just from watching you or just listening to the way people talk to people.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I can't really learn anything like reading paper. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So, but like I watch somebody and like I remember it like a sponge. And so I always try to train people like that. Like, watch me do this. I'm not trying to be like egotistical, but like this is how I want you to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like repetitive. Like just have people like I just kind of stand there like we would do at Rick House or you would do it at Bourbon and Branch.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like kind of watch like nope, nope. I remember one time Owen was training Dan Stahl and he was busy and he made all these Bella Frugolas and all these drinks and Owen saw him not put like basil on any of it. He made him all put it out and he's like, that's wrong. And he went in for him to finish it and everything. And Dan's like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, you didn't put any basil in it.
Oh, fuck. It's like a strawberry Collins or something.
Yeah, it was just like, it was just funny to me because Owen let him just do it all wrong.
Yeah.
At the very end, I was like, oh.
That's how he learns, though, and he never did it again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that's, I guess, training style just hands-on,
Yeah.
and just kind of show people a lot of different, just to be open to things, as vague as that sounds. Just trying to teach them about things over and over, emails and stuff. But like people get emails and they read them and they forget them. You kind of have to like bug them about it. Like, how do you make that drink? Or like, what are you doing? What's this? What's that? You got to be there. I feel like there's a lot of. I mean, you're at your spot a lot. I feel like there's a lot of owners that just aren't even around their own spots.
Yeah. I don't know how the fuck they do that.
I don't know either. I mean,
I don't even know why you'd want to do that. Like why you would want to not go to your bar, Or when I hear like owners bragging about how they never pull shifts at their own bar. Like, that's
I
weird.
feel like you never see anybody owners bartending anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess at some point if you had like handful of bars, like I can't bartend all these bars, but I don't know. I think I'd always like to bartend at least a couple of shifts a week.
Yeah. My goal is
Not
eventually,
four like now, but it's like, you know.
my goal eventually is to just have like a little bar with like one well. That's like, I don't know, maybe like attached to my house or something. And then like I just go down there and like work when I want. I just tell everybody like I
Couple
do
days out.
Thursday happy hour and then like
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Have build in like another little well for you.
where I just like have one little spot with just one well, just me, and it's not open every day, and I just kind of go down there, just
Dope.
like I do like
It'd probably be the-
I do like Thursday like I'll be like 60 years old, and I'll just do like Thursday like 4 to 9, and that's like it for the week.
4 to 9. You'd be like 4 to 6.
Yeah.
It's just like the happy hour. That's like gotta go down there.
It'd be like
It's
the- yeah.
People come in and just like get a drink from me, and then I leave.
Yeah, it'd be like that dude up in Haight. Was that is it Hara? The old dude? Or was it Zamzams?
Yeah, like
was-
that old guy at Zam Zam's. Where it's
This
just
kid like that. He'd get mad. He'd be like, "What? You want vodka in your martini? Get out of here!" Like, you know.
There's just that famous bar in San Francisco. He would just like he made martinis only the way he wanted to, only the way he drank them.
Yeah, if you
No,
made
He
him
like
mad-
cuss anybody out. If
Fuck
you
that.
told him how to make it or told him what gin or whatever the fuck you wanted it, he'd like throw you out.
Yeah, or sometimes just close the bar early because he's tired. It's like not great for business, but hey,
Fuck it.
I'm
you know,
tired, man.
when you're like 70 or 80, do what you want.
You know, you own the joint, you can do what you want. Whatever happened to that bar?
It's still open. I heard he passed away years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's Hara or Zamzams. I think it's Hara. I think that's in the Tenderloin then.
Yeah, right?
But yeah.
Shit, man. Well, to when they make enough money that you can bartend whenever the hell you want. Yeah. Cheers, man. Fellas, thanks
Cheers.
for joining me, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
And thanks for the beer, too.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching this episode of Bartender at Large. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to check out bartenderatlarge.com for upcoming tour dates of the Bartender at Large documentary.